Hey guys, welcome back. It's BRICKITECT here, back with a video that's a little bit different from what I typically do, and I kind of like that. Variety is the spice of life, and I want to thank the Harry Potter detectors for bringing this one out of me. You guys are a persistent bunch, and I keep getting these comments all the time. People are asking, what summer 2019 Harry Potter sets are you going to buy? So after getting that over and over and over again, I decided to finally make Is BRICKITECT Buying It? Lego Harry Potter Summer 2019 sets. Most of you probably know this, I have never seen the Harry Potter movies at all, so all of these sets that I'll be showing you and explaining my opinions on is based solely on the fact that it's a Lego set and what I think of that set, not necessarily how it was portrayed in the movie, or if I love that part of the movie, or whatever the case may be. So now that we got that out of the way, and hopefully you're not triggered by this video and my explanations of these things and how I get everything wrong, we're going to go down through this here. Starting with this one, this is 75948 Hogwarts Clock Tower, 922 pieces. This is $89.99. I was going to say $90, but we're not going to go there. It's $89.99. This is very much a follow-up to a set that I really loved from last year's Harry Potter sets, and that was the Great Hall. In fact, I bought two of them and put them together. If you didn't see that video, I'm going to link it up top. I'm really proud of what I did there. But this set is kind of a follow-up to that, and I like this one. Do I like it $90 worth? I don't know, but if this thing hits 20% off, I could see myself picking this up. The main thing that I want to look at here is inside of this, because this is where all the magic happens. Quite literally, maybe, with Harry Potter, assuming that he does magic. Is that what they consider it? I don't know. But this is very similar to the other one. I'm trying to decide if I like this interior better. I guess it's fairly similar. Obviously not as much space inside this one. And man, I'm looking at this now and it's like $90. Ooh, you guys know I'm cheap-a-tech too if you've been watching the videos. This one I'm going to kind of put on my list of maybe down the line, maybe if there's a sale happening. You guys know I can't rule anything out at this point. There's a little place to dance over here, which is kind of fancy. Clark would probably like that. Which is another thing that I should also mention is that a lot of my purchasing decisions are based on how Clark would be able to play with this. And this is one that I don't know if he would do a whole lot with. So we're going to put this one on the back burner for now. And we'll head on down to the next set, which I really do like. In fact, I think I would rather put the money towards this. This is 75947 Hagrid's Hut, Buck Beak's Rescue. Did I say that right? 496 pieces, $59.99. I keep wanting to round that up. Let's just call it $60. This is very much like Octu Island. It's like Yoda's hut, but there's something very special about this one that I'll show you. Do they have a picture of it? Yeah, they do. This is going to sound silly to a lot of people. It's got a pumpkin patch. Octu Island didn't have a pumpkin patch. Yoda's hut doesn't have a pumpkin patch. This one does. I think this is really cool. I don't know what this flying unicorn thing is. Triggered just a whole group of people there. But I like the interior of this. I like the mini fingers. That's right. Mini fingers, if you're new to BRICKITECT. I love that. It's just a cool looking set. And I think 60 is a little much for this, considering we're comparing this to some other similar featured sets like Octu Island was $30, Yoda's Hut was $30. This one's twice that. Does it have twice the number of pieces though? It's got 496 pieces. So this is a solid $50 set, I would say. $60, you got to pay for that license. I'll give it that. You know these will be 20% off, so at 20% off, I'll buy this set. I think it'll be a fun one. This is definitely one that we can enjoy. A lot of minifingers with it too, so that's always cool. So that's going to be on my list. Happy days for Harry Potter detectors. I'm actually buying some sets from this. This next one here, oh my goodness, guys. This set, if there was ever a set in the history of Lego sets that was meant for Clark, this is the set. 75957, the Night Bus, 403 pieces. $40. Very reasonably priced. This is what all of us cheapskates look for in Lego, 10 cents per piece. And this set, I don't think there's any other photos of it that they had on here, but oh my goodness. I love that. I saw this at Philly Brick Fest, like the older version, and I didn't buy it specifically because I knew this one was coming out. Think of all the minifigs you could just load up into that thing. You could throw all kinds of stuff in there. It's got 3 stories of just awesome bus action. This is a must buy for me. Will I pay full price at $40 for this? Who are you kidding? Of course not. I'm going to get this at 20% off, but this is an absolute buy, and I think my favorite of the set. So there's some spoilers for you. Let's move on to the next one here. This is 75946 Hungarian Horntail Triwizard Challenge. And I said that right. You got to leave a like on this video for that. This is a $30 set. And this one to me, maybe you guys will agree, maybe you'll disagree. This one just isn't light my world on fire. What this reminds me of, and this is going to trigger even more people, this reminds me of an elf set, which is not necessarily a good thing. This whole dragon thing here, it's not even a cool looking dragon like you'd find in Ninjago. It's not great. And $30 on this to me is just, it's outlandish. This is maybe a $20 set. And even at $20, I wouldn't pick this up. So this one is not on my list. I always say if things get cheap enough, maybe I would jump on stuff. But even this one, I don't think I would do it. This one, kind of along the same lines. This is 75945 Expecto Patronum. Hopefully I said that right. 121 pieces for $20. Yikes. Again, this one isn't that amazing, but there is something with this that I really like. This thing right here, I don't know what it is. It looks like a blue elk or a reindeer that's been turned to ice. I don't know what it is, but I really like that. So I kind of want that piece by itself, but I don't want to buy the set to get that because this is just a lot of filler here. I don't know, maybe these minifingers, these two in the front here, Harry Potter and the bearded dude with brown hair. Oh man, maybe that's worth it, but there's a lot of repeats here. Like this is probably the worst of the bunch. This is even worse than the last one that I just kind of trashed a little bit, kind of glossed over it because I didn't love it that much. This is a better set than that last one that I just showed you. Also $10 more though, so something to keep in mind. Let's go on to the next one here. 75964 Harry Potter Advent calendar, 305 pieces. You guys know that I love advent calendars, right? But Mrs. BRICKITECT's starting to get really angry with me last year because the advent calendar's starting to get out of control. I had Lego Star Wars, I had Lego Friends, I had Lego City, of course. I've had Lego City ever since I started this channel. That was one of the first things that I got into. Also, we had the Thomas Minis advent calendar out there. And at my mother-in-law's, I was doing a Hot Wheels advent calendar. And it was just taking up all this counter space. So I have to be kind of picky when it comes to advent calendars. And I think this year I'm going to limit it to just City and Star Wars. That way there's only two, it doesn't get overwhelming, and I get to stay married. That's always a good thing, guys. Future advice for you. That takes us to the next two sets. We've got two left here. The first one we have here, oh my goodness. Should I even try this? I think you might get a little laugh out of this if I try it. 75958 Beauxbaton. I'm going to say that. Carriage, Arrival at Hogwarts. 430 pieces, $50. So a little overpriced once again. Do we have some other photos of this? I kind of like this, and I'll tell you why I kind of like it. Not because it's sort of like an elf set. It's because it kind of reminds me of a theme that I loved as a child, which was the Western sets. And I remember the stagecoaches from that. Of course, back then, with the Western sets, the horses didn't have wings like this. And these stagecoaches certainly weren't as fancy as what you're seeing right here, but it kind of reminds me of that. I love those lanterns that are hanging down. The minifingers from this, I couldn't tell you who any of these are. I know this guy is Hagrid, and I'd be getting him with the other sets. That's not like a big selling point, but I think this stagecoach is cool. I'm a little shocked though. Did I read that right, that this is $50? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure the $50 out on this. To me, this looks like a $30 set. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just super cheap. Maybe I'm living in the past. Maybe I haven't accounted for J.K. Rowling getting all of her money and proceeds from this, but that's a little pricey for $50. Like, I think of what you could do with $50 in the Lego world, and I think you could do better than this, but it's kind of a cool set. This is definitely one that I could see myself getting once it drops beyond the 20% off. So this will be sitting at $40, I'm sure, at some point, and then it'll go lower. And maybe when it goes lower, I'll pick this up. Not my favorite set. It's probably like my third favorite or fourth favorite. So it's not great when you're thinking of 8 sets. But if the price is right and Bob Barker calls me down, I'll pick that set up. We do have one more left here. This one I think is really cool. This is 75965, The Rise of Voldemort. This is 184 pieces for $19.99. Not too bad. We got some cool graveyard action here. I think the minifingers from this are great, especially this ghost-looking dude here, and I think this is Voldemort maybe. I could be wrong. Of course, we got Harry Potter with this, and it looks like there's some action where he comes out of his grave. At least I would think so, The Rise of Voldemort. Even if I'm saying his name wrong, it's still pretty cool. Apparently, this is where Tom Riddle died, and I like that whole statue situation back there. I think this is really neat. This is probably going to be a $16 set, once it hits its reductions and stuff, and I could see myself jumping on this one. I think this is actually kind of cool. Probably like the Iron Golem from that Minecraft set we did a couple weeks ago. I feel like it's sort of like that. And this one I'm going to put on my list at a tentative 20% off. So if you guys want to recap here, this one's on my list to buy. This one is on my list of clearance because I think the $50 is a little salty on that one. You guys can comment on that if you think I'm being too cheap. The Advent Calendar, unfortunately, I have to rule out. Although, I'm kind of tempted into that. But how many of the builds from that are just going to be benches? And I hate these little these things like this. And, you know, I don't know. I'm thinking most people that are scooping this up are getting it for the minifingers, and I can totally understand that, but I'm going to pass on it. This one right here is a pass unless I can somehow just acquire that blue reindeer, the majestic blue reindeer elk. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of cool. Not worth spending $20 on. If I could find it for like $1, $2, maybe someday in a yard sale 10 years from now, I'll end up scooping that up. So that one's a no. This one is a no as well, because I think that one's not great. Worst set is this one. Second worst is probably this one here. Next up, the best set of all time. This, I mean, if we're putting these on a list, this one is just way above the rest. If I had to scrap all of these just to get this one, that's what I would do. This is just fantastic. The Night Bus, it's mine, baby. Moving up to Hagrid's Hut, that's my second favorite one. Right behind the Night Bus is probably the second one that I would get out of this bunch. I think that's pretty cool. And last but not least, the most expensive of the sets. Not by much, though. Maybe by much. The Hogwarts Clock Tower. Maybe a good addition someday to the Great Hall. The doubled up Great Hall, but I don't know. I'm spending a lot of money in Harry Potter sets, apparently. Of course, I'm waiting for the 20% off. I'm waiting for clearance. I'm waiting for deals to happen. That's just what we do around here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything else that you want to know if I'm buying, leave it as a comment. Maybe I'll make it a future video. I know a lot of people just prefer to see me and Clark Man doing our thing and having fun, but sometimes you got to answer questions like this, and hopefully this video did that. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, next video